Hello, welcome to day 2 of this week's devotions. I just finished recording yesterday's devotions a few moments ago, and so for today I'm just doing something a lot lighter and just maybe a little bit of fun with it. And I'm sure that you could identify with some of the things I'm going to say. There are some phrases that I find kind of annoying. Some are just sort of a little bit irritating. Others just really, really bug me. Some of them are found like within the Christian church, and others, outside the church, and some in both places. There's nothing wrong with the phrases. They're, how we all have things that just kind of bug us or annoy us. So here's some examples, okay? And I don't want to sound cranky because I'm not. And don't be afraid to talk around me and speak or say these things in front of me if you do. And I may actually say them myself sometime as well. So we'll have to see. But one of the phrases that's kind of newer is called, we say going forward. Like going forward, we will do this. Going forward, we'll do that. And I've heard that in both church and non-church settings. So I think, like, whatever happened to saying, like, from now on, this is what we will do. Or after today or after this time, this is what we'll do. But so many things are going forward, we will do that. Nothing wrong with it, it's just it kind of bugs me a little. Maybe you too. Oh, this one kind of gets me too. Doing life with, or doing this thing called life with. And sometimes I'll see it on social media where people are maybe, it's an anniversary or, some special event, and nothing wrong with it, but it's just like, what did we say before? So meaning just, that the person or my friends or a partner that I am doing life with, that share my life, that are part of my life. But somewhere along the way, it became, doing life with or doing this thing called life with. It's quite common right now, and again, nothing wrong with it, but it just kind of bugs me a little. It just seems kind of wordy. Another one, this doesn't bug me, but it's interesting, and it kind of goes along with that, and it's speaking into their life, and it's a positive thing, or should be anyway. Speaking to your children, your grandchildren, other your Sunday school children or someone, and we're saying positive things, or to friends that, and we all want to hear positive things and uplifting things and encouraging things. When our children were small, I used to, or I had read, and I used to use. There's 2 books called Family Blessing, 2 different authors. And I used to say prayers, over the children at night after they were asleep, as well as, before. And in a sense, I guess I was speaking these words into them. But it's an interesting phrase, and it doesn't really annoy me, but I just thought I'd throw it in there because it's kind of a newer kind of phrase. But how important that is to speak good things into people's lives and to encourage them and to uplift them. Now this one does annoy me, and it's usually at Christmas. You probably know what I'm going to say. And when you hear hustle and bustle, and we usually hear it maybe starting some point in Advent, and it's referring to, as we all know, all of the stuff that you have to do before Christmas. Now, most of you know I've been a Salvation Army officer for over 40 years, and most of those years we were extremely involved in the hustle and bustle of Christmas, but also in Salvation Army Christmas. So I know what it's all about, but the phrase just bugs me when I hear it. And I heard it the other day, something unrelated to Christmas, and I thought, you only hear that at Christmas. It might have just been there for me to bug me. But anyway, hustle and bustle. Don't say that to me at Christmas, please. Here's one. I see this one a little bit on social media. And there's nothing wrong with it. But it's saying God is good when their prayer is answered the way they want it, or something goes their way. And they say God is good. And I think, okay, if the prayer wasn't answered the way you wanted, or if it didn't go well, would you say God is bad? or do you like, so you're just saying God is good because you got what you wanted? You know, just those things are kind of annoying. And then I thought, well, God is always good. God, and maybe say, you know, well, God is faithful, or I trust God even though, you know, I didn't like the answer to prayer, or I believe God. I'm thankful that he answered my prayer, you know, the way that he did, or I'm maybe not so thankful. But just to say that God is good when you get your prayer answered the way you want to, it just kind of bugs me. So, but continuing along with that, and don't hate me for this one, but it's so true. Where the jingle that says God is good all the time God is good. And that is so true, that God is good all the time. Whether your prayers are being answered the way you think they should be or not, and all the time God is good. What bothers me, and if next time this happens in church, I think everybody's going to turn and look at me because you're going to say, oh, Charlene doesn't like that. But when it's that little jingle, you know, where somebody says God is good, and the response is all the time, God is good. There's nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely true. But it's just one of those little phrases that kind of annoys, or the way it's done that way that kind of annoys me. And like I said, today is just a little bit lighter in what we're talking about. So I want to say this to you. Okay, so going forward, whoever you are doing this thing called life with, speak into their lives good things. In the hustle and bustle of your schedule, remind yourself that God is good, even if things are not going your way, and that God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. May he bless you today. Take care.